So hey guys, this is Candace Nicole and I would like to welcome you back to my channel. As you know, it's Monday. That means this is a Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. But Real Housewives of Atlanta is such a bore and it's really getting on my nerves. So we're going to switch it up a little bit, but I am going to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta right now. So last night's episode was so boring. That it was so boring that I was on my phone the whole time and I was barely watching it. But the parts that I did catch, or that I'm going to talk about today, were the ones that were most important to me. So if you didn't catch the episode, you're really going to have to go watch this one because I barely watched it too. What stood out, one, is that they're trying to finagle Claudia Jordan into this Real Housewives of Atlanta storyline. I don't like Claudia Jordan's, and it's just so ironic that she's besties with Kenya, whom I also don't like. So now it's two people that I don't like on the show. And when I say I don't like them, it's not that I don't like who they are. I don't like their personality traits. They don't mesh well with my own beliefs on life. That's why I don't like them. They're probably wonderful people in person, and they're probably really wonderful to know, but I'm just talking of TV personality. So let's be very clear about that. So as far as Claudia Jordan, she's not a housewife. She just moved to Atlanta. She's 40 plus, still trying to make a name for herself, which is kind of weird to me. And so that's kind of why I'm kind of on the fence about her. And she's messy. She's drama. So get your ratings, Bravo. Get your ratings. The most important thing of last night was the fact that Apollo lied about saying that Kenya asked for fellatio from him, which is so weird because why are you lying on your... Why are you lying? Apollo, like, was it even necessary for you to lie about that? You created so much drama built on a lie, and for what purpose, what reason, is kind of weird. And so now I'm side-eyeing Apollo because he's looking real sociopath right now. Very cuckoo. As Wendy would say, ticky ticky boom boom, and you're really weird for doing that. However, because I don't like Kenya, I have to always play this other side where Kenya had ample opportunity to not only defend herself and rebut the claims that he was making, rebut the claims that he was making, and she didn't, and almost played into the idea that Apollo was coming on to her and vice versa. So as a woman, if my name is being slandered and torn and saying one thing about me that's not true, I'm going to do everything in my power to fight against that. And for me, I don't think Kenya fought enough to get this lie to go away. You feel me? Like, I don't know. She kind of fed into it in my opinion, but that was so weird. So because Real Housewives of Atlanta is such a bore, we're going to talk about this Aaliyah movie. Now, I initially was not going to watch it because I felt like you don't do a biopic of someone's life and you can't include their music, and you don't have the support of their family. And I feel like those are two important things that are necessary in a biopic, especially of someone who's deceased. If their family doesn't approve, that's very major. So initially I wasn't going to watch it. I had planned to do everything else on that Saturday, including this 30-page paper that I have to write. And I don't know, my mom was like, I'm going to watch it. And I was like, okay, well, if you're going to watch it, I'm going to watch it too. So we turned it into mother-daughter movie night. And I wish I could take back the 2 hours of my life that I wasted, not only sitting in front of the TV, but in front of this TV watching this piss poor film that they tried to call a biopic of the late Aaliyah. So first, I'm not going to discredit the actors because they simply were for hire. This was a job that they wanted to do, that they were hired to do. So I felt like the woman that played Aaliyah, she did the best of her ability. And I can't shade her for that because I can't say that I could have gone and played the role. However, casting was so key and it totally missed the mark in this movie. From R. Kelly to Timbaland to Aaliyah to Gladys Knight to her brother to everybody was poorly cast. The Aaliyah, like, I don't expect them to go and find a spitting image of Aaliyah, so I felt like the girl who played Aaliyah looked enough like her for me to get the picture, basically. But R. Kelly, don't do R. Kelly like that. And I love R. Kelly despite his personal decisions of messing with minors. I love R. Kelly. He's a genius as far as music goes. And y'all played him to a T. Like, y'all threw all kinds of dirt, shade, tree, manure, all kinds of stuff all over R. Kelly. And that was so wrong. Y'all didn't have to do that. Missy, y'all put 2006 Missy in the spot of 1997 Missy and thought that that was gonna work. Missy, no shade, was so big when she was working with Aaliyah. She had them super wet finger waves. She wasn't wearing hats. She wasn't into Adidas tracksuits yet. And y'all played her like that. And Missy is like on the top of one of my favorite music artists ever. And y'all played her. Y'all played her Lifetime. And Timbaland, he went on his whole rant about the movie being BS. And he's entitled to his opinions. But y'all played him wrong too. As the brother, he looks so much like Drake. I almost thought you guys were paying homage to the fact that Drake is such a big Aaliyah fan. Let's make the brother look like Drake. And then supposedly the boy that played the brother is from Degrassi. So it really came full circle. But moving on to the script, the lines, the usage was terrible. One line that stuck out in particular to me that just made me want to do 1,000 eye rolls and 1,000 like what the F was, you don't gotta look at the sun to know that it's shining. Really, Lifetime? Like, really? It was just so many faux pas. I think it was just a mess. I appreciated the fact that they didn't show the death. That was unimportant to the story of who Aaliyah was to show that she died. And I was looking on Twitter and a lot of people were like, what? That's how you're going to end the movie? You're not going to show her the plane crash? Like, this is not a horror film. That would have just put 10 on 40 if they would have showed a plane crash after this 2 hours of one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So, like, I appreciate that they did not do that. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to slander Wendy Williams. And here's why. Wendy simply was the production company. And I feel like Wendy only got on board with this film for coin. I don't think she got on board for this film to put forth message, image. It might have been out of respect for Aaliyah. Like, I'm even on the fence about that. But Wendy Williams only got on this film for coin, in my opinion. And Wendy had nothing to do with the writing. I'm almost unsure of what her producing skill was, but the movie came through Wendy Williams' production company. So, of course, she's going to push it and kind of, like, rally for us to watch it, which we did. We watched it, and according to Wendy, it's the second highest rated television movie of this year. So they got what they wanted. They got their coin, they got the ratings and everything else. So we played into that. I think what's really funny is that we watched it and they are making money off of it. So I think that's just hilarious. I don't know. In my opinion, Aaliyah didn't need a movie. I think we made movies out of haste, and a lot of movies are not needed, and Aaliyah's life movie wasn't needed. Like, there's so many people that lived through that Aaliyah time that it just didn't add anything to the story. It didn't bring anything new to the table. It was a reiteration of history that any Aaliyah fan would already know. So it wasn't needed. It was a waste of production, in my opinion. They could have saved their time and their energy, as well as my time and my energy in watching it. Point blank, ND, period. On the other hand, I feel like with them doing a Whitney movie now, I wasn't alive when Whitney first came on the scene. So that would be interesting to see them, you know, play up until that and then sing. So do you get what I'm saying when I say, like, I don't know, maybe for kids younger than me, seeing this Aaliyah movie was like some, like, bringing her essence back to life. I don't know, but because I lived through it, it's just not important to me. And that's no shade to Aaliyah or like what she's done for music. It's just, I feel like needs to be a time lapse before we start making movies on people's lives. And I feel like a biopic should be made so that they aren't lost. And I don't feel like Aaliyah is lost. Like, she's still very much alive. Her music, that is, and like we're still very much aware of who she is. Like, that movie wouldn't have been needed for like another 10 years, in my opinion. Okay. Yeah, so did you guys like the Aaliyah movie? Some people said they did like it, and you know, to each his own. Everybody has their own cup of tea. Which was really shocking was like people didn't know that R. Kelly and Aaliyah messed around. How do you not know that? That was such an important part. A lot of people didn't know she used to mess with Damon Dash. How do you not know that? Like, I just think, you know, if you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't, you didn't. I think it was just really like polar opposites. You either really liked it or you really didn't. So give me your feedback on whether you liked the movie or not. Maybe you did. And if you liked it, please share what you liked about it. I would like to know that, because I might agree with you. I won't say the movie was like total trash, but it was trash. So yes, I would like to thank you guys for watching. Sorry this isn't a real Housewives of Atlanta recap, but this episode was so boring. Maybe next week we'll get something a little bit more exciting. Cynthia and Portia seem to be getting into it. And that would be interesting because Miss Cynthia thinks she can really read. Well, she could read. But it's just shocking, you know? So, please like, comment, subscribe. Like this video if you, one, like the Aaliyah movie. If you like my lipstick, and if you're excited to see next week's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is Candace Nicole, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in my next video. Peace.